Lost in Time, Episode 4, From Soldier to Dictator. World War I was over. The German Empire had fallen. The Treaty of Versailles had left the nation humiliated, economically broken, and politically fractured. But amidst this chaos, a man who had been a low-ranking corporal in the German army began his rise from obscurity. This is the story of Adolf Hitler after World War I, from the ruins of defeat to the precipice of dictatorial power. In 1918, Germany signed an armistice, effectively ending the First World War. Many soldiers, like Adolf Hitler, returned to a country in turmoil. The war had devastated the economy, and in the Treaty of Versailles, Germany was forced to accept full responsibility for the conflict, give up territory, disarm, and pay crippling reparations. Like many veterans, Hitler felt betrayed. He embraced the stab-in-the-back myth, the false belief that Germany had been betrayed by Jews, socialists, Marxists, and corrupt politicians. This belief would become central to his ideology. Still a soldier, Hitler was assigned to monitor political groups in Munich. One of them, the German Workers' Party, known as the DAP, caught his attention. Its nationalist and anti-Semitic views aligned with his own. In September 1919, Hitler joined the party, soon becoming its most prominent speaker. By 1920, the DAP was renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazi Party. Hitler helped craft the party's 25-point platform, combining German nationalism, anti-Semitism, anti-capitalism, and opposition to the Treaty of Versailles.
Meine Arbeit für richtig hältst, ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Gib du jetzt deine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin.
Germany's economy collapsed in 1923 due to hyperinflation. Bread cost billions of marks. Amid this chaos, Hitler believed the time was ripe for revolution. Inspired by Mussolini's march on Rome, he planned a coup in Munich. One of Hitler's best men, Heinrich Himmler, was an early follower. Alongside Joseph Goebbels and Hermann Göring, Himmler was responsible for the SS, the Schutzstaffel, a secret military-like force with thousands of members, tightly policed by Himmler, promised rewards by Hitler, and were indoctrinated by Goebbels. The SS was originally called the Saalschutz, which translates to Hall Security. This was reformed soon after. Heinrich Himmler was an evil man. He was in charge of the SS and was known to be the main engineer in the killing of over 6 million Jews, the Holocaust. Without Himmler, Hitler would not have been able to complete his next task. On November 8, 1923, Hitler and armed stormtroopers stormed a beer hall where Bavarian officials were speaking. He declared a national revolution and marched on the city with 2,000 followers the next day. But the police opened fire. 16 Nazis, 4 police officers and 1 innocent bystander were killed. Hitler was arrested and charged with treason. At his trial, Hitler turned the courtroom into a stage for propaganda. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but served only 9 months in Landsberg prison. There, he dictated Mein Kampf, My Struggle, to his deputy Rudolf Hess. The book laid out his worldview: racial purity, anti-Semitism, anti-communism, and the need for Lebensraum, or living space, for the German people. Mein Kampf was not an immediate bestseller, but it planted the ideological seeds of the Nazi regime. After prison, Hitler found the Nazi Party in disarray. He rebuilt it with a more strategic focus. Gone were the coup attempts. Now he aimed to gain power legally. He established the SS as a loyal paramilitary unit, separate from the SA. Propaganda became central, with Joseph Goebbels joining to refine the Nazi message. By 1928, the party had only 2.6% of the national vote, but it was laying the foundation for greater influence. The Wall Street crash of 1929 plunged the world into depression. In Germany, unemployment soared. people lost faith in democratic parties. The Nazis exploited this fear. Hitler promised jobs, restored pride, and a scapegoat: the Jews and communists. In the 1930 election, the Nazis won 18% of the vote. By 1932, they became the largest party in the Reichstag, with over 37%. But Hitler was still not chancellor. President Paul von Hindenburg distrusted him, despite growing pressure from business leaders and right-wing elites. In 1932, Hitler ran for president but lost to Hindenburg. However, his popularity kept rising. Behind the scenes, deals were made. Conservative elites thought they could control Hitler by giving him a position of power. On January 30th, 1933, Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany. Within weeks, he would begin dismantling democracy. On February 27, 1933, the Reichstag building was set on fire. A Dutch communist was arrested, but the Nazis blamed it on a wider communist plot. Hitler convinced Hindenburg to sign the Reichstag fire decree, suspending civil liberties and allowing mass arrests of political opponents. It marked the beginning of Nazi dictatorship. The Enabling Act passed soon after, giving Hitler the power to enact laws without Reichstag approval. Democracy in Germany was dead. From the ashes of World War I to the fire of the Reichstag, Hitler's journey was fueled by nationalism, propaganda, and ruthless ambition. The road to war was paved long before the first shot was fired in 1939. It began in beer halls, prisons, and the minds of those who sought power at any cost. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.